90% of the time, the person that's coaching you has not had the experience that you've had. Even if it's Bill Belichick, while he's been to the Super Bowl with you, he ain't been playing. Like, he ain't been out on the field. You know, if it's Denzel and he's got an acting coach, the person who's coaching Denzel has not been in the movies like Denzel, has not, got in the rave review like Denzel. You have to be humble, but the reason why I realized that you become a GOAT is because there's no way to become a GOAT without a community of greatness, without a community of GOATs.
Today's show is brought to you by Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, the green juice, solves the problem of juicing greens on the go. We all know that we need to get those fruits and greens and vegetables and all that in our diets, guys, and here's a quick and easy way to get it. You just add water, drink, and let your body soak up the benefits. Visit Organifi.com to learn more about an exciting offer for you, our podcast listeners. That's Organifi, Organifi.com.
What should I cook? What do you feel like eating? Do we have to eat rice again? If you've ever heard or asked one of these questions, then we have the perfect solution for you. HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service that shops, plans, and delivers step-by-step recipes and pre-measured ingredients, so you can just cook, eat, and enjoy. Take advantage of HelloFresh's special offer for 2019. Get $80 off your first month by going to HelloFresh.com/success80 and use the promo code success80, and that's success and the number 8080.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am, and I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What it do? What up, y'all? What's happening?
And Dr. Douglas. Where in the world is he, Thomas? What is going on, my brother?
I don't even want to talk right now. I don't even want to say my name. I just want to start off with the best, the worst ever referee in the world, the Saints. Yeah. I don't even want to say my name, bro. I don't even want to say my name. I just want to say that's the worst officiating I have ever seen in my life. The Saints got robbed. I'm biased. I work with the Saints. I was on my feet like, yep, I'm going to the Super Bowl, of course, because I work with a youth program every year, go to the Super Bowl as a part of the NFL experience. So I'm geeked to be there. I'm thinking I'm about to be on the field with the Saints. The Saints just won it all. And bruh, when I saw the hit, I'm like, the Saints going to the Super Bowl.
That was it.
We going to the Super Bowl, baby. I went downstairs to grab my paraphernalia, call Sean Payton and be like, congrats, bruh. You did it. Y'all had a plan. Y'all put a plan together. Y'all executed. Yeah, I was running upstairs to get on the phone like, yo, this is it, bruh. And then no call. I was like, bruh, crazy. Stevie Wonder could have saw that right there.
Well, let me say this. I don't want to be a downer on an already down situation, but I think the Saints kind of played themselves, dog. I think the Saints kind of played themselves, and I see a life lesson in it. Watch what happened when they didn't get the call. There was still time left to go in the game.
Wow.
They went all the way to overtime. I noticed that the players were still crying about the call in overtime and during overtime. Ask Jamal. Jamal was here watching the game with me. And as soon as I saw them arguing longer than a couple plays, I said, bro, what are you arguing about? Like, the game is still going on. I said, they done. They got into overtime. I said, they done. They took their whole, that was it right there. They focusing on that play and they can't get over it. Meanwhile, the Rams was like, oh, okay, let's go. And you see and for real, it's a microcosm of life. Like, yo, you got one thing that go wrong. You say it all the time. You ain't had no bad day. You had a bad moment. You let a bad moment turn into another bad moment and another bad moment, which eventually turned into a bad day. So instead of making that a bad moment and a blown call, and everybody like, yup, you know what? Reset the game. It's overtime. We're going to win anyway. Everybody was in their feelings about the call, man, and you saw what happened. So I saw what you saw. They definitely got robbed. So Saints fans, I don't need the hate mail. Y'all got robbed for sure. But life ain't fair. And so what's going to happen is either you're going to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go back to work, or you're going to sit there and you're going to, wallow in your sorrow. So I did not like how the Saints handled it once it happened. And so I didn't even want to
jump
say
through
that,
the phone. I want to jump through the phone and strangle C with that answer. You know what I'm saying? I personally want to jump through the phone and strangle him.
Why did I think I made a pretty eloquent point?
No, you did.
I made an eloquent point.
It didn't take away the pain,
right there with you, see.
I was looking for the pain to be taken away, and the pain didn't get taken away with that hookup. But you know what's funny?
I thought you would appreciate the life twist.
I do appreciate. You know what? You telling the truth, bro. But sometimes the truth, it don't necessarily make stuff feel better. I was on the bus. I was on the bus in Atlanta. I'm already working for the Super Bowl.
You was already on the bus.
I'm already.
You and Drew
Brees I already got my tickets.
Out.
Yeah, I already got my tickets. I was going to invite some of the guys to come, and celebrate, the kids with me since they was going to be in a great mood. I was even going to ask Sean Payton if we could do something, for the kids while they were down there. I had it all planned, bro. So you are telling the truth. Here's the deal. It's funny that you say that exact same statement because Jalen and I, the fam, we had morning worship, and he called and he said, Dad, let's get, morning worship. And my boy Scotty, who's Scotty is the one of the chaplains for Alabama football. Him and Jay just fell in love, bro, this year. And so he shared with Jay a devotional, and he gave me and my wife one. Matter of fact, I let Carl's dad check it out. I wanted him to take a look at it. And the devotional day was talking about Joseph in prison. And it's crazy because Jalen said the exact same thing CJ said. At the end of it, we all give our takeaways, and I was waxing deep about something, Diddy, whatever. And Jalen said, wow, Dad, the thing that I thought about is how Joseph was in jail, but he don't have a bad, funky attitude. He's still using his gifts in jail. So it was the part, Carl, where the chief baker, and the cup holder, how they had gotten out of jail and got their jobs back, and one of them forgot, I think the cup holder forgot to tell my man, that Joseph was in prison. He was like, I'm gonna look out for him, I'm gonna do you a favor. And they both left, Carl, and neither one of them at that time, had shown any favor to Joseph. After he had shown them he told them boys, he gave the boys the solution to the problem and end up, blessing them as a result. And Jalen was like, yo, Dad, I find it funny that he's in jail, he still got a positive attitude while he in jail. And he could have been mad at God. He could have been cursing God. You know what I'm saying? He could have been done all of that, but still, he was using his gift, his leadership in prison. And we all know at the end of the day, contrary to what C said about the Saints, as a result of Joseph not focusing on, the L he took for no reason. I think he got a real bad call, Carl. He got a real bad call. He got a real bad call.
Worst call in the history of mankind.
Yeah, he got a real bad call. And but to C's point, he didn't, he didn't wallow in it.
But did you see that though, or was I the only one who saw that?
So no. I'll
see.
tell you what stuck out for me. See, the call.
He said I didn't see it.
I didn't see
it.
He was
wallowing.
He was.
You can't see it if you already in the hole. You can't see it.
Hey, it
just looked normal to you.
I think, to your point, the coach is the person that carried it on the longest, which talks about now the leadership.
I didn't want to see. Now I didn't want to start pointing out homies. We got to be. Back in the day, we could do this podcast and we used to be like grassroots grimy. Now we got friendships to protect, families to protect. Now everybody listening, we got to be a little bit more bougie. But I was about to be like, Sean Payton, get your head out your ace and coach the rest of the game.
Yeah, he was the one that carried it on for, again, initially, absolutely, dude, outrageous. Like, I'm going to fuss until whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But you're right.
Yeah.
After that moment, dude, you got to figure out how to get the team back. That's your job now. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because the team is gone.
You still had home field advantage, Drew Brees, and come on, like everything. You still had everything in front of you. But I'm telling you, man, life knocked some people down, bruh. And that was a major knockdown. I'm not even gonna hold you up. It was not fair. But again, I say this all the time. Life is not fair. Like, life is not fair. Like, I'm like. Yeah. Bro, I promise you. I'm like, life is not fair. Like, sometimes you see the rich get richer. You see, like, bad things happen to good people, and you like, man, it's not fair. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's how you respond to it. And I think if more people understood that, like, dog, bad things gonna happen, good things gonna happen. It's just the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? And so it's how you respond to the punch. And I think they did a terrible job responding to the punch. And a lot of people in their lives right now, they do a terrible job responding to the punch. I'm surprised you wasn't dogging them because you're the king of responding to the punch. You've done it.
I was in the hole, see? I was in the hole, see?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I've seen you do it.
Yeah, I was in the hole, see? And you know how I got in the hole?
Yeah, you done got bougie. That money done made you, you know what I'm saying?
See,
you don't know how to take a punch no more. You so used to having everything your way.
I got in the hole. See, let me tell you. Now, and let me tell you what set me up for the hole. The Drew Brees giving out to the football to everybody. I was like, this is the year he gonna win it all.
They reeled you in with by the heartstring.
They reeled me in. Drew Brees and gave one dude got one catch his whole NFL career for a touchdown. Drew Brees sent my man a football like, bro, I just want to say thank you. You know what I'm saying? I thought he had just sent a general football to everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a one-size-fits-all football. He had a specific message for each. You know how long that take? What you have to do to make that happen. And so I'm thinking, okay, Drew is a great guy. He's done all this great for the,
he might have should have waited till after the Super Bowl to do that. You know what I'm saying? He probably a little bit more time in film. You know what I'm saying? You signing footballs for 5,000 people. You should have probably been looking at your playbook.
Yeah, I'm hurt, bro. I just knew, according to, you know, how everything worked, that he was going to automatically then, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, Sue is jumping through offensive linemen and crushing the head.
Wreaking havoc.
I'm talking about after the play is over, my man Sue from the line, our homie
Two
from the line,
former
killing
Lions
him.
in the Super Bowl, each side of the ball.
Yeah,
Each side, right? Yeah.
So listen, Saints fans, feel free to send all your hate mail. I know y'all gonna be very upset with me, and I don't blame you. Hey, but hold on. Let me say this first and foremost. As a Lions fan, let me tell you how many times we done been cheated. Go look at the Dallas last time we were in the playoffs against the Dallas Cowboys. They called a pass interference on a blatant pass interference against us, and they held it up and was like, it's the Lions. Pick that flag up. No flag on the play. What?
No flag on the play.
So don't even get me started. So do I feel bad for you? No. All right, on to the next. Hey, I need y'all. I just got back from, I really don't have a whole lot prepared for today. I'm a little unprepared. Not that we ever have
the most preparedness
about the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that this is the most structured environment, in the world. We got chameleons and flamingos and gorillas on the phone, so there's no schedule. But I'm even less prepared because I just came home from the surgeon's office. I got good news. I got bad news. What y'all want? Y'all want the good
I want
news
the bad
or bad
news to see if I can get out the hole.
Okay.
Let's start with your bad.
Okay.
Start with the
bad
hole.
news is, it's two bad news. One good news. The bad news is my shoulder is worse than they thought. Okay, so
blew out.
Is there a way to sandwich it?
Okay, you want to go bad, good, bad?
Yeah, please.
Okay, yeah. So bad news is shoulder is terrible. The doctor basically said you like a car riding down the street and your tires are all just rolling on the metal part of, there's no rubber left. I said, all right, cool. No tread left on the tire.
In Michigan in the winter.
In Michigan in the winter, right. It's 17 below. And so he said, that's why you can't raise your arm over your head. He showed me like some of the trauma from my past surgeries. And he was like, yo, it's bad. So I was like, all right, well, that's not good. And he was like, we already knew that though. The good news is he said, I can fix it. We got this new stem cell thing we doing, basically, which shout out to the Jamaica body. I'm gonna have to get this done before Jamaica. They take some fat from around your stomach.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You feel me? I'm about to come up. I'm about to blow right past you.
See if he can do my brain.
Bro, I'm about to blow right past you, clown, and get a manufactured six-pack. So they take some fat from around your stomach. I looked at it, I said, Doc, where you gonna get fat from, bro? This ain't nothing but, you know what I'm saying? Chiseled muscle.
Body fat right here.
You might have to, you know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
So they take fat from around your stomach and then they mix it all up or something and do something else. This is exactly the terminology he used. We're gonna do something else. And then they're going to inject it into my shoulder. stem cells. He's the only like a couple of doctors in the whole Atlanta even do this surgery. So I'm geeked. I'm like, bet, let's go. He's like, we got to clean it out. Plus, I got to, what I said, I tore my rotator cuff is torn too. And I think that's just from overcompensation or something. Yeah, so I got a torn rotator cuff.
Well, what's the sandwich then? If you got all that bad news and some good news.
No, the good news is, I just gave you the good news is he's saying he could fix it with
what's the
stem
sandwich
cells.
though? Yeah, what's the next
Well,
bad
here comes
news?
the bad news. The bad news is I'm about to start a GoFundMe because insurance, unfortunately, insurance does not cover this particular
you know
procedure.
How I feel about that. You know how I feel
So you
about
gotta do it straight out of pocket. So my man was looking at me like, "What's up, big homie? What you want to do?"
What you want to do?
Wow.
Well, so I said, "Listen, I got a podcast. We got about 100,000 downloads a month. I need everybody to throw in 22 cents. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. We good.
If everybody throw in 22 cents, I can guarantee that I'll be back.
Half. I'll pay for half if you don't go do a GoFundMe and ruin our entire reputation.
Man, I thought, so you still out on the go? I thought you liked the GoFundMe, dog.
No, I don't like that. I mean, you know, if the baby's doing it, but grown people doing it because they ain't take care of their business, I'm not interested.
You don't like when Tyrone got to do the GoFundMe to get his car out the shop?
I don't, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just like, what does that have to do with me? You didn't wake up and go to work, handle your business, do what you're supposed to do. Why do I have to pay for that? You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you still at home
in his
playing
defense, he did have to go on GoFundMe and create a little title. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. My man put in that work.
Hey, what you think your tax dollar's doing? Welcome to capitalism, my friend. You're doing it anyway.
The whole world to GoFundMe.
You're doing it anyway.
Good point, Carl. Yeah, you're doing it anyway. Yeah, that's
a bad time.
Anyway.
If anybody need to be doing GoFundMe, it's the 800,000 workers that's off right now.
Oh yeah, no, they need to GoFundMe for sure. Yeah, they need to go. I still ain't flown yet though, so I ain't seen. I don't know how TSA.
I hadn't seen much of a difference. I left Detroit, went to LaGuardia. I haven't seen much of a difference. Then I was in Phoenix.
So what are they telling them? They gonna get are they under the impression that they're gonna get their check, all the back pay as soon as they lift it?
I think that's how you do it. And what is it called?
Furlough.
What's the term, guy? Furlough? Yeah, you get that too, which get the time off. So yeah, but I'm saying, how do you do furlough when everybody on furlough? You know what I'm saying? How does that work?
First of all, ain't nobody on this podcast ever had a real job. Y'all don't know nothing about furlough. You know what I'm saying? Benefits. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't never had no regular job. Don't tell me about no. He talking about furlough. Furlough is when you get time off, like either paid time off or something. Furlough ain't when you just get a whole bunch of money at one time. I don't know what they're gonna do, but are they just trusting the fact that the government got their whole checks?
What else can you do?
So you miss 4 checks, they gonna come with your whole hookup at one time?
Yeah, what's your
I don't know if
alternative?
it's the government. I don't know if it's gonna be at one time if it's the government. I'm not sure, but I do know WIC right now is in trouble. That's a part of 800,000. So I do know that. Yeah, and then the FDA, like in terms of our food being, inspected properly. There's a lot going on right now, bro.
Oh, well, the food might actually get better because I don't know what the FDA, you know what I'm saying? They didn't seem to be doing a great job before. Although I did go vegan for a day.
I was going to say, for how long?
Well, actually, this was the scenario. I was on the plane. This was right before, I can't remember I don't know where we were coming, but this is right before the New Year's. And remember how we used to talk about like, when is it okay to lie? It was a dude sitting next to me, just a huge mammoth of a man, big old beard, all fatigue, and nice guy though, and he went hunting, I guess in Michigan or whatever, and he killed some deer. And so my man reaches, some people take like crackers and cookies on the plane, stuff like that. My man pulls out
deer.
A thing of
deer meat. Deer meat in first class.
Bruh, I'm like, I was a coach. I was in coach. They ain't doing this in first class. It was a straight coach. I'm talking about row 36. Carl, my man, we had been talking. Oh yeah, he said he was hunting. Michigan big on hunt. I was like, oh okay, I don't hunt, but I don't judge nobody that do. And so he pulled out this hunk of deer meat, And I looked dead at my man. He was like, yo, try a piece. It's good. Like, it's all seasoned up. But first of all, the way he was manhandling it with his bare hands, and it wasn't like he had took it out of container. So it was just like, it just looked like flesh in my man's hands. And I was like, no, I'm not even hungry right now. And he was like, no, you got it. Because I looked straight in my man's face with the most serious dead stare ever and told him I was a vegan.
No doubt.
I was like, bro, I've been a vegan. I said, I'm a vegan for the last 8 years, bro. Right. I couldn't dare.
Can't do it.
Although that does look enticing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Although your nasty fingers all over it, and I'm just gonna stick it right in my mouth.
No, he never ceases to amaze me.
He
never ceases to amaze me.
No, I'm sorry.
Each podcast.
Yeah,
I know, right? Different.
Yeah, so I was vegan for a day.
Unbelievable.
And it was, you know what I'm saying? We got off the plane. I was hungry. I had to hit a little salad just in case my man was watching. You know what I'm saying? He would have been hurt if he seen me hit that Philly cheesesteak. So I mean, is that fair or foul for me to lie in that situation?
That's fair, bro. That's fair.
It's all fair.
Definitely fair.
All fair.
I still feel ethically it's wrong, but it's fair though.
Yeah, so I went vegan. You know what I'm saying? I'm officially a vegan. So I'm about as vegan as he is. That's how he do it. He's selective vegan. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I told you, see, you know the reality. The reality was I never wanted to do it in the first place. I never wanted to do it in the first place, bro.
Hey, that's how I feel about my Jamaica body. Every time I look in the mirror, I just say the reality is I never wanted to do it in the first place.
Yeah, but
I ain't never wanted to be in
so
shape
funny.
Anyway.
Here's the funny part about it. I go heavy and hard, and they kind of chilling and then cheat. And then once they cheat, I'm like, oh, okay, we cheat and I cheat. And they go back full. I'm like, you got to make up your mind what we doing here. Because I can't do it. I can't do it.
Oh, but so have y'all ain't been doing, so what y'all been on, vegetarian?
Oh, we back straight vegan. We back.
Oh, you back
but
vegan.
The holidays, you know what I'm saying? The holidays, it was, the turkey, the dressing, you know what I'm saying? And you know how it is. That's for Thanksgiving, then Christmas, it'll happen. And then, so the New Year, she went right
this
back.
Seems like a perfect time to get Jamaica body update. So let's hear it.
Oh, yeah, yep. Oh, you told me.
Oh, you said, I thought you was doing, you called me, said you was doing the reduced carbs, right?
Yep. This week I really went heavy, went hard, lost 6 pounds, and been.
Oh, did you?
Doing
you
my,
talking about
my
last
walking.
week or this week? Because what's today? Tuesday.
Well, whenever you called me, whenever we did the last one, I started
you called me
after we did the last
You called
one.
me last week and said, "Yep, all right."
No, you
cool,
did the podcast though. I did it right after the podcast.
Oh, okay. So that was either Tuesday or Wednesday, I think.
Yeah. So right after the podcast, I started and lost 6 pounds, went heavy and hard. I must tell the truth though. After church, I got a tradition at the church.
You know what I'm saying?
So I had salmon.
I once was lost.
I had salmon after church.
But now I'm found.
Yeah. No. I did have salmon. What? That's nothing wrong with that.
No, salmon, you good.
I'm good. Yeah, that was good with that. I cheated and had that on the weekend, but I did cheat. I had salmon and potatoes. I had some potatoes, so that is cheating.
Yeah, no,
you
can't do them potatoes, baby. You gotta stay away.
You know what I'm saying? I told myself, Carl, I'm not gonna do it where I burn myself out. The weekend after church, I'll eat something decent after church. You know what I'm saying? Because normally church supposed to be after church, bro. You're supposed to have a celebration. I don't know why. I don't know who came up with that. But it is part of the tradition, the culture. So but I did good. See, I haven't, and what I added to it is not eating after 6. You know what I'm saying? So I asked, my wife, like, what's going on?
Oh, that's so hard when you can't go to sleep, though. Sometimes you up at like 11:30, your stomach burning. You feel like you might pass away in your sleep.
It's the winter. So we going to bed early. Michigan, we're in the bed by, maybe not sleep,
easy.
but you're in the bed by 8:39. Yeah, easy. You know what I'm saying? And here's what I done, see, and again, this may not be, I might be cheating again, but the way what my sweets have been, or what my cheat meal is, I've been doing applesauce.
Applesauce. What kind of
dessert,
applesauce?
boy?
I've been doing that for dessert. So at Horrocks, they got
applesauce. Unless you got some other stuff, applesauce seemed like, Carl, I could be wrong. Got to have a high sugar content.
Yeah, definitely.
It tastes good. That's the problem I got with applesauce. It tastes good. That's how I know you shouldn't be.
Yeah, but mine don't taste that good. Mine is not the Mott's, Carl. Mine is the Horrocks. Mine is the Horrocks, like.
Oh yeah, you might be all right there.
I got you.
I got
so
the Horrocks boy.
They ain't add no sugar or nothing to it.
No, they say no preservatives, no. You
Bro,
look on the side, say
Horrocks,
apple
dog?
water.
Oh yeah, I got big money. I'm about to Google e-net worth real quick.
The Horrocks.
I'm about to Google your net worth. What's your net worth on Google, E?
I had a slight idea. I don't even
Hold
know
on,
if it's accurate.
let me find out.
I don't even know if it's accurate.
Is
you know what I'm saying?
Thomas. Oh, wow, it comes right up.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, Google said you worth $2 million, dog.
Oh, okay. Let me get some, E.
Yeah, Google said you worth $2 million, bro.
That's Google. You don't know if Google right.
Hey, but why? You know how
Google
you type
gotta
up?
Be right.
I know. It say he is known as the hip hop preacher among his fans.
Yeah, whatever. It's a computer.
He is quite diligent
Google
about posting videos.
Right.
Oh, we got a podcast shout out, Carl.
Oh, no doubt. Let's get it.
They say he is known as the hip hop preacher among his fans. He is quite diligent about posting videos, and he has also started a regular podcast. It is estimated that his net worth is $2 million, from which a lot of money comes from his YouTube channel.
That's how you
make
your
that
money.
ain't right.
That's how you making your money.
Oh, wow. But you know how you go on like Google and you start to type something? So if I type in what is, and then I type in Eric, it instantly goes to Eric Thomas net worth.
Wow, that's pretty big.
Eric Thomas, say, okay, what did Eric Thomas study? Eric Thomas, what's your why quote? Eric Thomas' wife. Okay, D. We got some folks.
Is it Didi? Because I had some other woman before.
Eric Thomas quotes, Eric Thomas net worth, Eric Thomas' wife, Eric Thomas killed the noise. Oh Lord. Yeah, let me not go too deep into this because I don't know. Yeah, what does Eric Thomas do for a living? Did Eric Thomas play in the NFL? Who is the best?
Took a while to get past that one.
Oh, wow. So look at this, E. I just went on Google and just typed in who's the best motivational speaker in the world, and you came up number 1.
It's Google don't lie, y'all.
You feel me? Price just went up. That net worth gonna be $2.1 million by tomorrow. Yeah, let me borrow some money for this surgery, dog.
I know that's what I'm saying. Hey, I promise you I will. I do, as long as you don't go GoFundMe. I got your back.
Remind me to give out my GoFundMe name at the end of this. You know what I'm saying? What was I gonna say? So yeah, anyway, what did y'all do for MLK? Anything for MLK Day special? Y'all wanna catch us up? I really don't. I know we're supposed to do like something serious, but I just prefer to just talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I have more fun catching up. Like I told Carl, like me and Carl not even allowed to talk during the week, so I just want to hear
Everything
about y'all live.
Podcast.
What was I gonna say? MLK Day. Did y'all do something at the church or no?
No, never at the church. No. You know, I normally go on campus and do something, but I would be honest, see, they always want me to speak. You know, so for me, it's like, I do that all day, every day. I want to do something that's the dream. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my dream. You know what I'm saying? Make my dream become a reality. And yesterday, man, I spent quite a bit of time, just counseling folks on the phone, man. Just, my wife was getting her hair done by Talisa. So for the most part, I got a break. And, I was on the phone, man. A couple people going through some stuff with their kids and just different stuff, man. So I had a chance to really minister to some people, but it was also 1 degree. So I'm like, I'm not going outside. King wouldn't want me to go. I don't know if King ever did a march with 1 degree outside. You know what I'm saying?
When I woke up in the morning, I looked at it. Not you know how it showed like the temperature, but it said the temperature was minus 11 when I got up in the morning.
I'm good.
My dad sent me a screenshot that said minus 17.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's why we didn't do nothing. See, we stayed at home. We ain't go nowhere.
So E, why are you in Michigan?
Yeah, he probably he was at the church. He'd been gone for about 6 months, so probably the church.
You came back for church?
Oh, always. What was he saying? I told him before, try to do the first week and the last week if I can. I try to do at least 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, we try not to be gone, where when we come back, we don't got no church.
So yeah, no, true. And so are we allowed to talk about this weekend or no? I should have probably asked first.
No, yeah, we probably need to postpone it. We can't eventually.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't know. That's why I asked.
I'm gonna say
right
this
along.
though. I'm gonna say this though. See, somebody didn't. You know what I'm saying? Somebody didn't wait. You know what I'm saying? But I'll wait because I always get in trouble with my man. So I'll wait.
Who didn't wait? Did he?
No, she waited. Yeah, the other individual didn't wait. Yeah, that's who didn't wait. Yeah.
Yeah. Social media or what?
Yes. So,
Well, hey, with the amount of information y'all just gave, I pretty much pieced it together if I didn't know right now.
okay, well, piece it together. But I'm saying I'm not going to be responsible. I'm not going to be responsible.
No. They definitely didn't piece nothing together by that. That ain't even, you know what I'm saying? That could be anything, Carl. All right, moving right along. Well, let me see. Yeah, so we got to talk about it because I know it's very near and dear to your heart, at least one of these individuals. We look up and here we are in 2019 and Serena is on her way to
back at it.
the chip. She just beat the number one girl in the world, number one lady player in the world yesterday. And Tom Brady is going to the Super Bowl.
Again.
Unbelievable.
Y'all know this is
unbelievable.
9.
Again, 9.
I think 9 and 19. 9 and 19.
Bruh.
This never happened before. 9 and 19 seasons. Never happened before.
That is dominance. And we've seen it now with Clemson and Alabama. We've seen it with the Patriots. We've seen it with Serena. And I guess Tiger
Warriors.
for a time.
The Warriors.
But we got it. Yeah, the Warriors.
Not the Warriors
still a little
yet?
early for the Warriors.
It's a little early for the Warriors.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit more time, although they do look like they coming back around.
Oh,
but
sure.
why don't you? So, GOAT goals, right? That's what you text me earlier.
GOAT
You just said GOAT goals,
Yeah.
and I was like, wow. And so I guess I don't really have a specific question other than how do these individuals continue to stay on top for as long as they have when clearly they cannot be at the peak physically. Like, it's just impossible to physically still be at the same peak, right? Like, Serena can't be physically at the same peak.
Yeah, I saw her, see. I saw her, like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be funny, see, but, I got much respect for Venus and Serena, especially, Mr. Williams, Mr. Williams, bro, is did an incredible and amazing job. And I want to start there, with everybody, Helen Keller, everybody has sight, but not everybody has vision. And I think we have to understand that when you do something that at that level over that length of time, it's definitely a vision. Like it's not by like you see yourself, long before you do it. And I'm telling y'all, I told you with my mom, when it didn't work out, the way my mom thought it was gonna work out, I'm telling you, I saw my mom and I had to just be like, okay, Mom, you're usually the parent. I've been the son, but we're gonna have to reverse engineer this real quick. We're gonna have to reverse roles because what happened to you emotionally and mentally when you had a bad week was like almost like the whole goal was gone. See, like in the beginning when she was talking to me, I'm gonna sell this book and we're gonna do this and I'm gonna tour and I'm gonna do that and then we're gonna speak and we're gonna whatever. And it was kind of like for that split second or those moments that we were talking, it was almost like this vision she had, it erased. Like you could hear it in her voice. It was almost like it's over. And I was like, yo, Ma, like don't get obsessed with the obvious. Just because things don't look the way you think they should look. Let's not abandon the dream. You feel me? And so when you look
don't
at—
get obsessed with the obvious. I never heard that before. I just want to take that in. Can you just elaborate on that really quick?
Yeah. Don't be obsessed with the obvious, It's like, somebody, and I don't know if this ever happened to y'all, but you ever had like either your mom or your grandma or like your aunt and something came up missing and they was like, it's your Uncle Junebug. And I'm like, what? Uncle Junebug stole it. I'm like, Uncle Junebug wasn't even here. Oh, no, Uncle Junebug came over Tuesday. I was like, but he came in, he left. Like, he wasn't even here that long. No, when we was kids, Uncle Junebug used to steal. And so it's like, you are obsessed with the obvious. You made this person a thief, when in actuality, what you didn't realize was your husband, was trying to surprise you when he took it, and got it clean, you know what I'm saying? And brought it back. He was just trying to whatever. But you are obsessed. It's like, you wouldn't think anything positive. Like, immediately you go to the negative. You're obsessed with the obvious. It's gone. Somebody stole it. And I know who stole it. And I don't know if that's ever happened to y'all, but if it's ever happened to you, like, when the person did that, they were embarrassed. Like, literally embarrassed when they found out it wasn't what they thought it was. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at Serena and I'm like, yo, her and your boy, like, when they start the year off, they see themselves, at the finish line. They see themselves, being successful. They see it. And I think for a lot of people, they don't see that. So Mr. Williams saw it. He told us it was going to happen. I'm not sure with Tom Brady, but I do remember him saying he didn't want to be work as an insurance agency, and his parents had done so much for him, and he wanted to honor his parents. So I think that's number one, and I'll stop after this one. But I think it was Chris Everett, I think is her name. She's also a U.S. tennis great. She said something that was deep. She said that she really feels like that match the other day revealed the number one and the number two player in the world. She said, as an expert, she really feels like those are the two top tennis players in the country right now. She said, but the difference, I think, between the two is that Serena has two advantages. She's fierce and she has a phenomenal serve. And I was just like, yo, that's crazy. But what she was saying was, one, even when Serena's down, she never feels like she's lost. So if she's down a set, if she's down, 5-2, 5-3, and she got to win several to come, she's like, when you look at Serena, it seems like the more of a hole she's in, the harder she fights. And so many of us, though, see it's the opposite, is that when we're faced with adversity, we automatically shut down. We lose it. It's like, no, I quit. You ever been playing with the dude who just took the joystick and threw it, unplugged the video game? You know what I'm saying? My man just like, nope, I'm unplugging that joker. And so that in the serve, she was like, what Serena has is that when she gets, her back is up against the wall, she has a X factor. She has a superpower, and that superpower is her serve. And I just sat there for a minute and asked myself while I was watching it and Serena was twirling around, waving at everybody. I said to myself, E, what do you have, bro? That's your superpower. And C talks about it all the time. But I had to evaluate and say, when you're in a crunch, do you go to your superpower or do you shut down? You know what I'm saying? Are you fierce? And so I'm asking everybody to ask themselves that question, because at some point we will all be faced with a challenge, but the question becomes, when that challenge comes, are you able to tap into the greatness that's in you and actually elevate and go to another level? Because again, no disrespect, so I don't know if Serena know, but everybody who know me know much. I got much love for the two of them, but you can see her body and you can see that she's not 18 anymore. And you can see that she has a child. You know what I'm saying? Just by looking at her body. Still in great shape, way better shape than I'm in.
Oddly enough, you can also see that I've had a child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
And that I'm not 18, Carl.
Right, and you're not 18 no more. Yeah.
Serena and I have more in common than I thought.
Than you think.
Right, you and Serena, yeah.
You can tell both of us are with and have had a child.
Yeah.
I'm still with child.
18. Yep, I think close to 38. So yeah, guys, so y'all, I don't know what y'all saw, but for me, watching Serena and watching your boy, I didn't even watch it. I went to sleep. I didn't even watch it. I'm like, they're going to the Super Bowl. I'll be at the Super Bowl. I'll see my man in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even that deep. I saw him when he beat Atlanta. I'm like, it's not even that deep. But yeah, man, they go into a reservoir. You know what I'm saying? They go deep when they just go deep, bro. When it seems like
It's funny.
they
You
lost.
wonder like if people who are like already like skilled, like you're already that good, like does it come during the career, or is it like are you born with that? Like, because that's something you probably can't even teach that part, huh?
No, did he ever start for Michigan? Was he that sweet? And Serena was
he did
always
start, but he
under the
wasn't
shadow
sweet
of her
because he went to
mother.
Michigan,
Her
so
sister Venus. So
Can't put it together. Them two words together.
Yeah, but he definitely. I mean, he got drafted in the 6th round. What pick was it? He
199.
109 or something. 199. Yeah,
199.
Right, 199. Nine.
So he wasn't too skilled.
Ironically, nine Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? 199 now.
Yeah, 19 seasons, 9 Super Bowls, 199. See.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy because even when you think about like Jordan and Tiger Woods and like, okay, they say Jordan didn't make the high school team, but my man was like number 2 pick in the draft. You got Serena, like we all knew she was cold even from coming up. Like I don't think anybody has been as slept on as Brady to be a 6th round pick or whatever.
GOAT.
And then
to be the GOAT.
And to be the GOAT from that.
Yeah, to be the GOAT. Yeah.
You feel me? Like that takes a whole. So I watched the game the other day, and it's funny, man, because I was watching Kansas City, and they were hyped up because they scored, and Mahomes was balling, and it was like a minute and some change left, and I said, "Do they not know who they're playing?" I said, "They better off just letting them score a touchdown right now, and then trying to come back and score." Because I promise you, it is over. And my man straight dink, 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 all the way up the field and scored a touchdown, and I'm like, "Wow, 9 now," And it's crazy because I think Brady is one of those examples of using your secret superpower, right? Because you think about Brady, like my man they got to time his 40 time with a sundial. You know what I'm saying? Like my man's slow as all get out. He doesn't have like the strongest arm in the world, but his ability to read a defense, his ability to call the play from the line of scrimmage, his ability to know what's about to happen is unparalleled. And so, like I said, there's many ways you can stay in the game. You know what I'm saying? There's many ways that you can win a game. And so that's what's so crazy about, it for me is like you got a 23-year-old quarterback on the other side with, I'm talking about a cannon for an arm. Can run. Ridiculous. I think my man got drafted by the MLB too. So this is like one of the top athletes in the world, and you got Tom Brady who can't outrun me, going to the 9th Super Bowl. And so I look at it and I'm just like, wow, for most people, you could say like, oh, Serena, she got work ethic and all of that, but like she also has some God-given gifts like that you can physically see, like she's stronger, whatever. I'm like, you can't point to one physical trait that Tom Brady has that's better than anybody else. And my man's 40 years, is he 40 now, 39, 40? My man 40 years
40,
old now.
right? 40
and I'm talking
easy.
about just putting in work like none other. I am mad though because we got robbed the chance to see Drew Brees against Tom Brady. That would have been legendary with two people at, well, I ain't gonna say Brady at the end, maybe Brees either, but, at the height of their career.
Well, Brees 42, I think.
Yeah, no, he is. Yep, he is. He's 40 as well. So I think it would have been amazing. But I guess besides that, though, is there anything else you can point to with these athletes that go to that next level that we can and make it tangible for regular humans like us?
Yeah. You know what? And I heard Keon say this, and I was like, yo, that's deep. But one of our guys on the prayer line, but he's coachable, And one of the things that's odd is literally there is and I just believe this with all my heart. There's a correlation between success and not wanting to be coached. It's like just being real. The sweeter you are at something, the less likely you are to want to be coached, bro. You like, I got this. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. Like, this is my lane. I've mastered my lane. I don't need no assistance. And when you look at Brady specifically, and even with Serena, because you got to understand, bro, she's 20 years older than most of these girls that's playing. Like, these are kids, you know what I'm saying? Or at least 10 to 15 years older. And tennis is not necessarily a sport that, that the older women are going to be dominant in, because these young girls have learned Serena. They've learned that they played with people, men, so that they can master her serve. They've watched, they got millions of hours of film on Serena, and these girls are not, Serena don't have no film on them. They're new. They just came out. They've never really, they haven't been playing that long. So for both of them, they are still very coachable. And I think that's something that is phenomenal, that you get to that level and you're still seeking counsel. And the reason why I say Tom Brady is because Tom Brady get a new team, it looked like, he every year he's got somebody new. He was working with one guy in the beginning of the year, learning his style. And then this guy decides to lead the NFL, Josh Gordon, and go to rehab. And so now you've lost your number one option. And now you got the year before it was a dude that played lacrosse. You know what I'm saying? So it's like every single year, this dude has to, he has to pick up different people. And so he's constantly reading, learning, watching film, studying new people, not really doing his preference, but learning their preference and having to say, well, I did this for 4 years. I can't do that no more. They run their routes like this. They're new, so they not on my level. I got to come to Bro, it's amazing just the fact that he's that coachable. And I look at people who will say, as they get sweet, I don't need no coach. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of kids this day that are in basketball or play football. They're like, I don't need no coach. I'm just naturally gifted. And so I think the coachable thing to me is amazing.
And I agree 1,000%. And you just made me think of something, because when you look, at Tom Brady, as long as he's been in the league, 20 years or whatever, imagine how much, you're right, imagine how much changes. Like the defenses don't even run like the same stuff they used to run. Like that, you know what I mean? Like it's a completely different style of NFL than it was 20 years ago, and they continue to adapt and make the changes. So, making yourself coachable is definitely, one of those things. And I think we've talked about it on the podcast before. Like Denzel had an acting coach, you know what I mean? And who's going to teach the top dog how to act? And I think you do have to, I guess you probably have to have a certain level of humility to, what do you think that is, that coachable spirit?
Yes, come on. You went to 9 Super Bowls, of course. Who going to tell you? The dude that is telling you he ain't been to 9. You know what I'm saying? The dude is telling you, unless it's Coach Belichick, but here's the other thing I realized too, see, bro, and I'm like, yo, I have to do a better job. What I've noticed is that, you got a level of Tom Brady excellence, the coach excellent, and then the owner excellent. Like you got 3 layers of excellence. You got Venus, you got Serena, you got their dad. And so I'm realizing that excellence is not, this is why you have to be humble to get to that level. And the reason why I say you have to have some humility, is because 90% of the time, the person that's coaching you has not had the experience that you've had. So even if it's Bill Belichick, while he's been to the Super Bowl with you, he ain't been playing. Like he ain't been out on the field. If it's Denzel and he's got an acting coach, the person who's coaching Denzel has not been in the movies like Denzel, has not, got in the rave review like Denzel. So you have to be humble. But the reason why I realized that you become a GOAT is because there's no way to become a GOAT without a community of greatness, without a community of GOATs. So you got, yes, Belichick, yes, Kraft, to go along with your boy Brady. You've got Venus, who has been pushing her sister because she was great before her. You got Mr. Williams. Then you got Serena. So what I've realized going into 2019, even as a leader, is like, yo, you can't get to that level of success without some continuity. Like, it can't just be you. There has to be layers of success, or a system of success, a dynasty of success. And then when you put yourself in that system, you become one of the benefactors of that. But by yourself, you can't get to that level, which is why you have to humble yourself. So a lot of these kids feel like, well, I'm a great football player. Yeah, you are. But without a coach, you'll never get to that level. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm a great basketball player. I don't need to be coached. You know what I'm saying? I just got raw talent. Yeah, maybe you'll win a championship or 2, but you will not be among the great. You won't be the GOAT, the greatest of all times, without having other people, that are also great in their perspective field to be able to help you. But there's got to be some humility, see, because for real, you dominant. You the man, you the woman, and I keep saying it. I just believe the higher you go in success, the lower your preference for wanting to be told what to do or wanting to be instructed, because you really feel like in your mind, I'm winning. I know what to do. Look at what I'm producing. Look at my results. So how are you going to teach me? And so it is unique that they could go up in their skill set and in their abilities and also go up in terms of their humility and still being coachable.
So do you think you have to, go for it, Carl, sorry.
No, I was just going to ask in terms of blind spots, like just being real.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got you've been doing this so long, Brady, 20 years, whatever. You've been doing it that long, however long you've been doing it. Like, at some point, I'm saying, are there just that many blind spots that as humans we can never fill? You know what I'm saying? Do you ever get to the point where, you get what I'm asking? You've been doing it that long. You should have seen every scenario pretty well. I mean, not every one, but you've seen just about 90% of everything you
can't see every
see.
scenario. You can't see every scenario because Serena's playing kids now. Serena's playing a bunch of girls that just got started. So the tennis that Serena knew when she was starting at pros at 16, they're not playing that tennis no more. They playing her tennis, Carl. They playing her tennis now. You feel me? Like they're playing, they learned from her. They watched her. They've studied her. So she can't study all those girls. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's not possible. They young. Like I said before, they don't got no film on these young kids. So you do have blind spots. And I'd like to believe that the blind spots may be less in percentage. You might be 80-20, like at 100%. You might be 90-10. Like you might execute 90% of the time. And you are a beast at what you do. But that other 10% blind spot, you can't still see that 10%. You can't still see that 15%. It's still a blind spot to you. And I don't care what kind of vehicle you have, the blind spot is what's going to get you into a car accident. So if Belichick can help you to see that other 10, 15%, if Mr. Williams can help you see that other 10, 15%, that's what takes you from being great to legendary.
So let's talk about those categories then and just how they evaluate them, and let's evaluate them as much as we can for people on the line and how to know where you're at. So let's start with from poor, you know what I mean? Like me, average, good, great, phenomenal, GOAT. Like how would you, and I do that because obviously this is the Secret to Success podcast, but we could title it the Secret to Self-Assess podcast. How do you know kind of where you fall and where you're at on your scale? Like, let's just say I got a job, I'm a dad, I got a wife, kid. Like, I may not be in necessarily a field where you can Google, who's the greatest accountant in the world, or, you know what I mean? But just like, how do you know what spectrum you're on and how to know if you've reached certain,
I don't know that see. That's why I think you need
I'm
a
just
coach.
saying, let's start with average. Like what are your milestones for average?
Well, my milestones for average is what you just said, like it's normal. Like you do stuff at a normal level. It's not impressive. You know what I'm saying? Like you 70-30. You execute 70% of the time, 30% of the time you don't. You know what I'm saying? You're moderate at everything you do. You know what I'm saying?
So you wake up at the average time, you work out.
Absolutely.
You probably got the same amount of body fat as the average person.
Yeah.
You got
don't
the
probably
average
have a crazy
marriage.
vision. Yeah, you don't have a stupid vision for your life. You're just going through the motions. Like you're existing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you're not doing bad. You're doing okay. You know what I'm saying? You're average.
Okay. Yeah, look good. No, I just want to help people self-identify where they at on this scale. Good is.
Yeah. And again, I'm just quantifying, like we're in school, 80, 80 to 80, 100. Like, you 80% of the time you execute. You know what I'm saying? So when you say you're going to do something, 80% of the time, you make it happen. Your boss can count on you for the most part. You know what I'm saying? You come through, your wife, if she send you to the store, your husband, in terms of paying bills, you getting it done. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is you do, you're pretty good. Like you're not at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like I can count on you. You know what I'm saying? 80% of the time, you're going to come through and make it happen. You do have, a little vision. See, y'all going on 2 or 3 vacations a year. You live in a decent neighborhood. Like you don't live where you were born. You know what I'm saying? It's like you didn't accept the life that was given to you. You kind of had a vision for your family. You might be afraid to like jump out and live your life on your terms, but the life that you made for you and your family, you want to play it safe. And you want to make sure that every month your bills are paid, like that. You watching a football game, 4th of July, you throwing a barbecue in the backyard. You're doing pretty good for yourself.
All right. And where would you say most, obviously most people are average.
Yeah, I say most people are average.
All right, so then let's talk about great. What's that great, that 90?
Yeah, great, bro. It's like you stand out. Whatever you do, when you put your hands to do something, the average person or, most humans in the world, they're not doing it at the level you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? You are 90-10. You're the A student. You are stupid consistent. You know what I'm saying? You are not living on nobody else's terms but your own. The challenge might be you're on your own terms, but you still, can't necessarily take off for 2 or 3 weeks. Like if you leave, everything is going to crumble. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. But when you're doing what you're doing, you're electrifying. You are electrifying, bro. You are great. Like I would look at it like a Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? You are, like a Westbrook. You doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like you making it happen. Again, your wife is stupid happy. Your kids, they happy. Your boss or the people that work with you or for you, they look at you like, yo, you got it, bro. You killing the game. Sis, you killing the game. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's probably like, that great.
Yep. And then you just talked about, obviously we kind of just gave some GOAT characteristics. Which level do you think is the hardest to jump, or do you think all of them are equally as hard to jump from average?
No, I think good to great is the hardest. If you ask me, see, I'd say good to great is the hardest jump because it requires way more risk. You know what I'm saying? Like it requires a lot more independence. It requires you to be a little bit more rebellious. You know what I'm saying? It requires you to be a little bit, what people around you might say careless. You know what I'm saying? You careless. You quit your job. You gave up a 401k, you know what I'm saying? Benefits. You careless. Like you at a point now where it's like, I eat, sleep this thing. I'm narrow focused. I got to give up everything to make this thing happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you go kamikaze and you like, yo, I'm creating my own life on my own terms with my own everything. You don't have no fears.
And no, I agree with that. And, we probably got to do a whole podcast. Remember, you actually made us read that Good to Great before. And that jump, I think for me, in my life, has probably been the biggest one. It's funny you say that. And I was thinking the same thing, just because, for real, man, when you compare yourself to people around you, and obviously most people are on average and you're doing good, it can be hard to recognize the need to go to great.
That's a good quantifier right there. See, looking at others, that's good. Yeah. When you're good, you look at others. That's good. See, you're comparing yourself to others.
It's hard, man. It's hard, and I think most people probably listening to this podcast are at that level because I think obviously because of the type of podcast this is and the type of people who follow you, most people have already strived to be better. I'm just, I could be wrong, but most people who watching E on a reg, are probably above average, right? Because you're obviously looking, just the fact that you're looking to get something more out of life puts you in a better category than most people, because most people just trying to exist. And so I think for me, that Good to Great was always tough. And that book by Jim Collins, if you haven't read it, is a great read, and a read that we definitely used along with Outliers and some other ones, back in the day, back when we used to just get it out the mud at the office together. But we read that Good to Great, and obviously, E, as you say, good is the enemy to great. And I always thought like, yo, that's crazy, because you can get caught up looking at people around you. Let's say everybody around you's got a certain dollar amount that they're making, and you're making 10, 20,000 more than them. Everybody's got a certain car that they drive, and your car is a little nicer. Everybody's got a certain house that they live in, and your house is a little nicer. It can be easy to look and go, oh, okay, cool. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm here. Like what's the problem? But then of course, there's another level, and there's another, motivator inside of you. And I got to think one more characteristic of the GOAT is, you can't even play your competition anymore. And I mean this in all sincerity, like, Brady, you got 9. Like, you're not even playing Patrick Mahomes. Serena, you wasn't playing that girl the other day. Like, she number 1 now. You've been number 1 for 20 years. You're playing against yourself for real. And I think the last step, as you go from good to great to phenomenal, is you don't even see the competition anymore. Like, I don't think Mike saw the Utah Jazz or anything. I think he really compared against the best version of himself. And I think that's the scariest part, is when you look at yourself and you go, okay, can I beat myself? And I think I know you always try to, I know for a fact, he strives to make sure, okay, this 2019, let me make sure the messages don't fall off at all. So can you, real quick, because I know we got to go, we got to cut a little early today, but can you talk about that last step of looking at yourself and trying to best your best self every day?
Yeah, and that's it. I would add, though, to, like you said, as we wrap up, I would add, though, C, that I also believe you get to that tunnel vision because now you're not focusing on you at all, but you are focusing on something that's bigger than you. So if y'all pay attention, Kraft said it himself, that Tom Brady came to him and told him, you will be grateful that decision that this franchise has ever made. So I'm going to prove to you by winning all these championships that this is the best decision that you ever made. When you hear Serena talk, you will hear Serena talk about her struggle in tennis as being an African-American woman. You'll hear her talk about that. And you'll hear her talk about she's doing this for girls of color and girls who feel marginalized. You feel me? And so they've made that, to me, in their particular sport, just what Martin Luther King did yesterday when we celebrated that it wasn't about him no more. His whole life was focused on Mother Teresa. The whole life was focused on leaving a legacy for others. And I think that's when you get to that level where it's it's not about me anymore. I'm eating, my family is taken care of. We got everything we could desire. Now I need to make sure that I take care of as many people as I can, whatever that means to Serena, and when she gets this 24, it will be not only will America, because the title's not held by an American right now. So it will be America great, and then it will also be America great, but also for women of color. And look how many girls, Carl, are playing tennis because of Serena and Venus and looking just like them and playing just like them and looking like them. It's way more minority women playing tennis
I saw a
than it
sister out
was.
there the other day. I thought it was Serena.
Yep, Salone.
I don't know if you see her. She a little thicker than Serena.
Yep, Salone looked just like Serena. Salone looked just like her.
Not Sloane.
Another one? Who's the other one?
Bruh, I'm going to find her name. But I'm talking about, she was thicker than Serena.
You got to be joking. It wasn't Sloane?
I'm not playing. I'm going to send you the picture. I looked her up because I was like, man, I thought it was Serena. I'm like, no, she was thicker than, had more size than Serena. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll send you the pic. I'll find her.
I came across this. I was reading something last week, and I don't remember that it was this context, but I wrote down here's what are you getting out of this, Carl? And what I wrote was the goal, the vision that you have for the game, the goal that you have determines how you play the game. And let me explain that. If the goal of Monopoly was to own all the properties, you would play the game different. You see what I'm saying? If the game of football was to just get the most yards, you would play the game different. So if you understand what you're saying, if the goal is that so much bigger, your vision of this, and we were calling it a game as an analogy, but if your vision of the game is impact to change the world, Brady to change the franchise, Serena to change, this thing for the future of, minority athletes, the vision goes along with it, if you get what I'm saying. Their vision is so much bigger than, at this point at least, their vision is so much greater than just going in here and winning a game. You see what I'm saying? Mahomes probably just trying to get to the Super Bowl, just being real. This is first go around. But you get to a Brady that's coming in saying, I'm going to change this whole franchise. It speaks to, and what's tripping me out, y'all, and help me with this, I know we got to go, but what's tripping me out is, it seems like the great said even before it even come into existence.
Yeah.
You get where I'm going?
Yeah.
Like it seemed like Brady said that when? Brady said that years ago. He hadn't won a doggone thing yet. That Negro didn't start. Like he was just about to start. You know what I'm saying? Like get his first starting gig. And he like, yo, I'm the best decision y'all ever made. Like how do you know that then? That's the part that's tripping me out.
Yep. No question. Look at your phones real quick. Her name, Taylor Townsend.
Oh, wow.
And she's still in the joint, E.
Yeah, I see her. Yep.
She's still in the joint. I'm saying, to your points, look at the impact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, look at the impact of what, you know, that GOAT behavior, you know, gets you. So, it's incredible. I know we got, how long we got? Ask D.
2 minutes. I got 2 minutes. You about to get me in trouble.
All right, so
I got 2 minutes. Go for it.
I'm gonna push Ask ET, but I do want to ask you a final question. But I'm gonna push Ask ET to next week. We apologize, y'all. We short week here, and he's busier than ever. Before you know, Carl and I will be solo on this podcast. So we're just enjoying while we got
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
Enjoy what we can. It's still an hour and 10 minutes, see? Enjoy it.
Hey, I don't care if it's an hour and 10 minutes or 10 minutes. We will not forget to shout out Organifi, okay? Our title sponsor of this podcast. Organifi, the superfood green juice powder. Listen, man, get your life right. It's 2019. Stop playing. Get your Jamaica body right and hit that Organifi, man. Get some more energy in you. Get those vegetables in you, man. You know you don't eat vegetables like you should, so do the cheat code, and you know you still eat your vegetables, but this is a cheat code for you, man. You can get a lot of healthy nutrients in just 5 seconds, Carl? Pour it right in there, shake it, and go.
Yeah.
So shout out to Organifi. Go to Organifi.com, ORGANIFI.com. Promo code SUCCESS. All right, you can get a discount on us, man. 20% off for just trying it.
That's right.
There's a
20% off.
There. And it is a staple in the Quinney household, the Phillips household, the Thomas household.
Hey, it's a cocktail in the Thomas household. It's a cocktail.
Oh, no doubt. If D on it, that's how you know it's fire.
It's real.
Because D will definitely let you know if something's trash. So shout out to Organifi, man, for being a sponsor of this podcast. And listen, man, we only try to bring you guys stuff that we actually fool with and rock with. If you go in all of our pantries, right now, you go find Organifi. So shout out to them for being a great sponsor.
All right, before you do that, let me just get our sponsor in really quick. HelloFresh makes conquering the kitchen in 2019 a reality with deliciously simple recipes. Get seasonal, simple recipes and pre-measured ingredients delivered right to your door every week so you can enjoy cooking and sticking to your goals. That's right. No more grocery shopping. No more figuring out how much is too much salt. Just follow the guided steps and enjoy the experience with your loved ones. Each recipe comes with an easy-to-follow 6-step pictured recipe card. Yep, you heard me right, with pictures. It's like cooking for dummies like me. So you guys can follow the pictures and just not have to worry about anything. Step by step is laid out for you to get the perfect meal. All meals come together in 30 minutes max. And they call for 2 pots, maybe 2 pans, or even less than that, and require minimal cleanup. Get out of that recipe rut and start cooking outside of your comfort zone by discovering new delicious recipes. This week, my family did, the black bean chili is one that we did a couple weeks ago, and that's like a staple in the house. Like I do that like every Friday now, just the black bean chili. And yesterday we tried, it was called Lauren Conrad's chicken tacos. Now, I don't know who Lauren Conrad is, but I'll be real with y'all. I don't know when the last time you cooked radishes and something, but we're talking about avocados, radishes, these flour tortillas, Roma tomatoes, scallions, and just a little tinge of lime, man. These, I'll post a pic on our podcast for you guys to see it, but these things were delicious, absolutely delicious. So y'all stop playing, get with HelloFresh. Take advantage of this offer for 2019. You get $80 off your first month by going to HelloFresh.com/success80. and use the promo code, success80. That's success and the number 80. So once again, get $80 off your first month by going to HelloFresh.com/success80 and enter the promo code success80.
I'll let you go here, but I do want to ask you in terms of, obviously, you know, you're if not the GOAT, you're on your way to being the GOAT. Do you feel like, okay, so Brady, Serena, do you feel like you are in your prime top of your prime, on the way to your prime, on the way down from your prime? Like, where do you,
Man, I feel like I'm in my prime, man. I feel like I'm in my prime. I feel like, you go through a phase where you're it's about you. And then it's about, the people. And now I feel like, I know what I know my tool now. See, like I'm not trying to figure it out no more. I know what my gift is. I know what my strength is. Like I kind of knew what my superpower was, but now I know. And again, I'm just being real, y'all. I'm not trying to pub nothing up, but for me, because of the assessment, the personality assessment, like I'm seeing things about myself. Like I always knew my strengths, but I didn't know my blind spots, Carl. You feel me? Like I think that's what the challenge was. Like, and although C might say some stuff, you might say some stuff, when you see your blind spot for yourself and then somebody say something to you, it's a lot easier to acknowledge it. So I think, that's why I think I'm in my prime, because like I know my blind spots like I never knew them before. And let me say this, I know why. Because C could be like, yo, E, when it comes to recruitment, you're not necessarily, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, but I don't know why. Now I know why. I know
below
why
average,
now.
see.
Like I get
below
it.
average in recruitment.
Yep, I get it. I'm like, yep, I get it. And Carl Wife said something that was deep. She said, your assessment is not like stone. It doesn't mean that that's who you got to be for the rest of your life. Like, forget this French, because some of y'all may take this the wrong way, because you ain't used to me talking like this. But she like, you're not damned to that test. Like that's is not over. And so now I can look at it and go, oh, I get it. This is who I am naturally. This is who I prefer to be. But this ain't who I gotta be. And so when I go over here and it's time for recruitment now, like don't make a decision based on relationship. Now, if you're gonna make a decision over here, here are the things here's why you would make a decision. So I was making all my decisions off of relationships. And it's like, yo, when you're doing business, bro, this ain't no relationship. It's dollars and cents. It's percentages. It's can you do this or not? You're dealing with being structural. Structure ain't got nothing to do with feelings. It's are they systematic? Are they perfectionists? It is what it is. And so this assessment, bro, like I said, Chris was helping me. He was my coach. But when he passed and I went and got certified myself, I'm like, oh yeah, I see it. Your preference don't have to be like your life. Just because that's your preference, that don't mean that got to be your life. And what I'm doing with it, Carl, I told my family, like, yo, we don't have no preference no more individually. We got a family preference now. So let's sit down as a family. And what's our preference as a family? Ain't gonna be no Didi got a preference, Jalen got one, Jada got one, I got one. I'm not gonna have a preference for you, because that's how I'm getting in trouble too. Oh, Jalen, this is what I think you should do. This is what I want. No. You can't have a preference for another human. That's their life. They got their own preference. But we can come together and say, yo, how does our preferences work? Like, how do we blend our preferences together? How do we take our gifts as a family and merge our gifts as a family so that we can build something as a family? And that's what I heard Jamal say. I didn't necessarily hear Jamal say build a house. I heard Jamal say, what is the Thomas family going to build? What are we going to build for this world? What are we going to leave behind for this country? What are we going to leave behind for our people? So, bro, I'm telling you, I'm certified now, bro. And like I told somebody, I ain't get certified so I can tell you about yourself. I got certified so that I can see and accept my blind spots and do something about my blind spots. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, y'all, for those of you who are listening, he talked about before how he was like, like me and E would have a conflict or whatever, and like E would trip, and I tell E, conflict ain't whatever. When you look at my profile, I might have a high relational, but then it'll go down. And when it goes down, it means something's going on. You're not yourself. What's happening? And I looked at it, was like, yo, Steve been telling me, but I never got it. And what happens is, yo, flat out, because of what I went through with my mom, I left home early. Like, yo, Ma, I ain't mad at you. You do your husband, like y'all do your life, but I'm about to go do me because I need to take care of me. So when I looked at the assessment, it was kind of like, yo, if I feel like in any way I'm being threatened, I looked at it like, yep, anytime you feel like you threatened, anytime you feel like somebody ain't got your best interest in heart, then that's when you back up. And so now that I'm looking at it, it don't have to be like that no more, Carl. I see it now. Like C had told me before, but I didn't know why I was doing it. Now I know why I was doing it. Because I didn't, no disrespect to my mom, I was young. I was only 16, but I didn't feel like my mom had my best interest in heart. So I started a pattern at 16 saying, yo, I'm going to be mad cool with you. I start off, you get $300 at Go. But at any moment, I feel like I can't trust you, it's a wrap, bro. I'm like, all right, let's back off the relationship. You feel me? And so I'm able to see that now. And because I can see it now, I've noticed in the past, like in the recent past, I might have been uncomfortable with something, but I didn't back off. You know what I'm saying? I actually went forward and was like, yo, I'm not about to change. I'm not about to be different. We can deal with this conflict without me having to withdraw from you. Now, if I find out it's what I think it is, then yes, and you don't have my best interest in heart, then I am going to have to back off. But I don't have to back off, Carl. I don't have to back off C now without the right information. You feel what I'm saying? But that's a trigger. And so now that I know it's a trigger, I ain't got to lie and act like, oh, I don't have that trigger. That's my trigger. I can't help what happened to me when I was a kid, that my biological father wasn't in my life, that my mom didn't marry my biological father. Like, I can't help that. And there's some things that happen as a result of me not being raised by both of my parents. There's some things that happen. But what I can do, see, is I don't have to let that control me no more. You know what I'm saying? But how can you fix something when you don't know it's wrong? And I think that's what we talk about when we talk about blind spots. For a lot of, and a blind spot is just that. You don't even see it. People around you can see it, but you don't even notice it. You feel me? You don't notice it. But with this test, I'm like, yep, I got it. And then me and Didi would beef. Why? Because Didi is 99 controller. So now I'm like, oh, so you trying to control me too? You trying to be my mom? And it's like, boop, that trigger, and I go into the whatever mode, like, Like, now I might not necessarily talk to D, because, you know what I'm saying, I love D. I've been with her since I was 16, so I trust her to the utmost, but I might have a little argument with her because I'm feeling like you trying to control me. And now with the hookup, I'm like, yo, E, don't go there, bro. Like, that trigger, you don't have to let that trigger control you no more. Now that you know it exists, you can control that trigger. And it's just a good feeling, bro. Of when you've been through the hell I've been through, you slept in abandoned building. Like, people hear abandoned buildings, but you don't know how, like, when you alone, bro, you lonely, you scared. You think somebody about to kick in the door. I've had instances where, you know, people have tried to harm me when I was 16, 17 out there on the streets. Like, it wasn't just like, if you're going into a house every day and you protect it. There were things that were said to me. You know, people pulled guns out on me. I had to run. You know, so you go through all this trauma and you try to grow up as a man and think, oh man, I'm good. I don't got no trauma. Like, I'm making good money. I'm married. I got a family. I got a job. I'm surrounded by Carl. No, I still have some trauma, bro, from that. There's some trauma that took place from not being with your mom and your dad, away from your sisters, and you sleeping in abandoned buildings. Like, that's not healthy for a 17-year-old or 18-year-old. And so there were some things that, like I said, that took place that I didn't recognize. But with this test, I'm like, oh, I see it. Down, blue 53. Oh, no, over there. No, my man. Yep, the cornerback coming in. Let's switch the play up. Omaha 32. And now I can, like, make adjustments. And again, here's the cool thing. Like, it don't happen every day, all day. But 2 or 3 times in a year when it does happen and the blitz is coming on ET, I don't have to be subjected to the blitz no more and just get blitzed. I can do I can counterattack the attack now and, you know, and move forward. So I know that's a long way to answer it, see, but them blind spots, bruh, whoo, them blind spots ain't nothing, they ain't nothing nice. But if you could deal with them, yeah.
Yeah, we could do a whole podcast on that. All right, well, we'll use that as the nugget of the day as well, because you went long.
All right.
Your wife texted me. You know what I'm saying?
All right. That's the nugget for the day.
Yeah, you're right. Carl texted D on the group text and said, just for the record, we've been done.
About 5-10 minutes ago, he was done.
Feel free to grab your husband.
You feel me? At any point.
All right, E, we'll see you. Carl, any announcements, housekeeping notes we need to?
Just Jamaica, and y'all hurry up and sign up for BU. That's it. I'm gonna keep it simple. Jamaica is like what? We're talking about I don't even know if they can still join now. Y'all might have missed out on this. So we're gonna send y'all
Jamaica,
the picks.
you just gotta watch the movie now. Man, but BU for sure. Man, our call on Thursday was
fire. Y'all missing out.
If you're not on these calls on Thursdays, on Sundays, you are really, really, really missing out, man. Carl, we need to do something, man. Now that E ain't on the line, we need to do a promo code or something, man, and get some people into BU. Just rocking with the movement, man. Shout out to everybody in BU. I can't even tell y'all, like, the community that we got, man. It is, like I said, one of the funnest things that we have. Shout out to everybody in BU who's already currently in BU, and shout out to everybody who's gonna join. Talked to a young lady last night.
Hey, give me the promo code now live, and I'll create it. You just tell me what percentage you want them to have, and it's done.
Okay. Can we do? Is 50 too much for the?
Whatever you say, I give you the full leverage. Whatever you say right now is done. Give me the promo code.
Can I make up my own promo code?
Absolutely.
Okay, so the promo code is Don't Tell ET.
Got it.
And we'll do. So the promo code is done because he's off. So me and Carl, when the cat is away, the mice will play. So promo code Don't Tell ET. Just for this week on, Carl, just make it live from like Thursday to Thursday, maybe.
Got it.
From one podcast to the next. But seriously, man, we want to continue to build this community and build amazing people. And this is our initial way of offering you a chance to come in. Again, listen, what other program you know that does no month-to-month contracts, right? You don't have to pay no long contracts. It's month-to-month. If you don't like it, you don't pay the next month. That's it. It's over. Nobody's coming for you. We're not still charging your card. Come in. That's how much we believe in the program, and that's how much we only want people who want to be there. Like we don't have you. Oh, if you sign up, it's a 2-year sign up. No, if you sign up and you don't like it, you're done. All right, but we have a high retention rate because when people sign up, they realize how valuable it is. So breatheuniversity.com, promo code Don't Tell ET, get 50% off your first month membership. And man, we look forward to seeing you on the calls with us, chopping it up with us, asking us questions, whatever. That's it for me, Carl. You got anything else?
Hey, sorry. Before I forget, E has, I don't know if you want to talk about it, but we have a marriage. We're doing a promotion for the month of February we're looking at relationships, guys. And, we talk about it, but you're only as good as your surrounding cast. So we're looking at, couples specifically, and we have an assessment. We've been talking about the Passport Personality Assessment. We have an offer that we're doing for couples now. Check out this ad from our boy, Willie Moe Jr.
Hey, what's going on, family? It's your nephew, Willie Moe Jr. Man, I gotta keep it 100 with you. Sometimes being married is tough, and I know you don't always enjoy it. But guess what? I think I got a solution. My brother Eric Thomas and his amazing wife, Dee Dee, are going to coach you to the most phenomenal relationship ever. Now, they've been married since Jesus was born. And I feel like it's 2 ways to learn information, mentors or mistakes. And the cool part about this mentoring session is that, boo, it's cheaper than a coach purse, flat out. But the benefits can be life-changing. For less than $200, you have the opportunity to work with Eric Thomas and his wife, Dee Dee. If you say, Willie Moe Jr., we've been going through so much in our relationship, but I'm willing to give it one more shot. This is the opportunity for you. Make sure you log on to etinspires.com for more information. Listen, marriage is tough, but you're tougher. Make sure you sign up today. Flat out.
That's it for me, Carl. You got anything else?
Oh, we good, sir. That's it, man.
All right, love y'all, man. I'll go for it, Carl.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's it. No, just make sure y'all, man, stay in touch, man. We love y'all. Like, for real, we are doing this for you. Like, don't think that we out here trying to do, like, like he always said with Dr. King, like, Dr. King left what he did and came back to help, like, for real. Like, not no disrespect to E, but E's pretty much good now if he wanted to ride off into the sunset. And he's still putting videos
Carl and
out.
I could use you to
right. We still need the help. We still need the help. But man, we're doing this for you guys, man. So appreciate y'all, love y'all, man, and we'll talk to y'all next week.
See you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.